Hi everyone, my name is Allison Wong. I am a manifestation coach. I am a performing artist and also a human design projector. So today I want to share with you what I do to protect my sacred energy as a human design projector. Now, you don't have to be a human design projector to follow my advice or any of my tips and tricks, but you are very free to watch this and apply what resonates with you, what feels good in your body, and to apply it to your own life if you really like it. So disclaimer, I'm not versed in any type of human design readings. I can only share with you what I do as I've embodied some practices as a human design projector and what I do to live my life as a human design projector. So let's dive right in. So number one thing is that I spend ample amounts of time with myself. Now, as a performer, I do this as my job, as my full-time job, and it is quite challenging to spend a lot of time by myself because I'm around people, I'm around guests, I'm around other performers. We're always talking, socializing, and this drains me a lot. I didn't know this until I learned I was a human design projector. So once I learned that, I realized that is why I'm so tired. I get drained very easily and very quickly. So I make sure that I really spend a lot of ample amounts of time with myself. And what I do in that time, I use that time very wisely to pour back into myself. I end up meditating. I journal. If I really want to, I can indulge in a really delicious meal. I take naps, I play the piano, I do things that make me feel good and do things that put me in a flow state, whether it is piano, whether it is learning new curriculum, learning, reading, all of those things. Throughout my life, especially as a teenager, young adult, and even sometimes right now, I tend to pack my schedule so full to the point where I'm so exhausted by the end of the day, by the end of the week. And eventually I run into burnout. So one thing that I've identified is that spending ample amounts of time for myself really makes me magnetic, really prepares me for the invitations that are coming my way and attracts more invitations into my life. The times where I'm spreading myself so thin to the point where I can't even handle and I just want to go back to bed and sleep, and it feels like that I want to sleep for weeks on end. It's because I didn't spend that time. I didn't carve that time out for myself. So that is what I do, spend ample amounts of time for myself. And I spend it meditating, journaling, doing yoga, doing things that make me feel so good from within. Number two, I write down 3 categories, and I learned this from my coach. I write down 3 things on a note card, and you can write this down in a note card, a Google Doc, a notepad, whatever you like, and write down 3 of these titles. 1 is energy drainers. Number 2 is input. Number 3 is output. So what I do for my energy drainers, I notice what drains me. And for me, it is clutter, gossiping. It is complaining, large crowds, and also overscheduling. These things drain the heck out of me. So I write that down. These are my energy drainers. So at least I identify what drains me, and then I go on to the next one. What nourishes me? What is something that is self-care related that makes me feel so good? And this can be anything that makes you feel good. For me, I like to put meditating, I like to put singing, journaling, spending time with myself, self-care, showering, bathing. There's so many things that you can put down that will fill up your cup. So basically think about input as filling up your cup, energy drainers as what really drains that energy that you do not want in your life and that you want to eliminate as much as possible. The last pillar is output. So for output, this can be things that you love doing, but it takes energy. It takes you have to pour out of your cup from this. but output can be very delicious. It can be very potent, such as spending time working, spending time with family and friends, networking, making content if you're a creator, performing if you are a performing artist, a performer at Disney or at one of the parks, or you are a dancer, a singer, a spokesperson, or you are a motivational speaker. This will be all of your output. And these are the things that you love doing, but it does take energy for you to do. So writing these 3 different categories down will really help identify what helps you with your own energy drainers, input and output. Number 3, this is one thing that I do. Focus on friendships, connection, family connections that make you feel seen, heard, validated, and loved. I like to pick up the phone and talk to a really good friend and talk about life and talk about how they're doing, how I'm doing, talk about our struggles, our wins, our updates in life. And that for me really fills up my cup and makes me feel more expansive and makes me feel that feeling of love, joy, appreciation. Another thing that I do to save my energy, to save my sacred energy, is that I do not butt in any conversations. I notice as a projector that I leak a lot of energy when I try to butt into conversations or to give in my 2 cents where it's not really welcomed. And it ends up making me feel more unseen, more unheard. And I tend to just stay in my own lane, talk to the people that really align with me. I'm not saying to be not social or to not to be antisocial, but to select the conversations and to select the people that you really want to talk to. I work in an environment where there are so many people, there are so many performers, and of course, and from what I've observed over the years, performers love to talk. There's a lot of energy, there's a lot of talking and socializing. And what I noticed is that I got so drained from so much energy around me. And sometimes I would try to butt my way into conversations or to talk and join in conversations, but I noticed that it made me feel more unseen, unheard, and more uncomfortable. If we are left feeling unseen, unheard, we will become more bitter. Hence, becoming more bitter, we will become less magnetic, and less magnetic for the invitations that are meant to be for us. Another way that I protect my energy as a human design projector and also as a performer is that I meditate. Now, this one has probably been talked about by many, but it is so important to have your own practice of meditation, stillness, to just pause. So I do this every single night, or of course, whenever I can. I try to do it at least 5 to 6 times a week. Now that I have my practice going and that I have momentum going in, I try to do at least 5 to 6 times a week. I try to do yoga, meditation, and what I've noticed is that the more I meditate, the more I do yoga before bed, is that I get better sleep, I get more focus, I feel more calm, I'm not comparing myself as much, and I feel so good. The last thing that I do is that I have a night routine that is filled with so much nourishment, and it's so good. It's so good. So what I do is that I see my shower as this portal. It's this portal of washing the whole day off. Whether I sweat or not, I see it as cleansing off all of the dust, all of the energy I've picked up from people, from the places I've been, from all of the guests that I met at work. And I see it as cleansing everything off from my day. And at the end of the day, it's just me. I get to be in my own sacred space, and I get to enjoy it as much as I can and do a reset. After I do my shower, I do my skincare routine. I love my skincare routine because after I cleanse the whole day off, I can give back to myself by replenishing by cleansing my face and to give back to my face. I've spent so much time talking to people by performing. I am giving a lot of energy from this area, so replenishing and taking care of my face is a way to give back to myself and to protect my energy. So after my hot shower, I love going to my meditation corner and my body feels like it's ready to go to bed. The hot shower signals that your body is ready for sleep, and a hot shower does help you sleep better based on studies. I'll do a yoga and meditation session, and this can range from about 30 minutes to an hour. If I'm more in a rush, I'll do about at least 15 minutes. But if I have more time, I'll do around 40 to 60 minutes. And then after I go into my meditation and my yoga and meditation, I'll go into journaling. And what I focus mainly on is gratitude and a prayer journal. Now, for prayer journal, it's not a religious thing. I'm not religious at all, but I am quite spiritual. So I connect with my spirit guides, a higher purpose, a higher power up there. And I talk to them. You can say, dear universe, dear spirit guides, dear angels, dear whatever you believe in. And you surrender by giving thanks, practicing gratitude. And that also raises your vibration and can help you with your sacred energy as a projector. I will also pray to the higher power, whether it's universe, spirit guides, spirit, and say, please help me feel XYZ. Please help my family. Please help my friends feel this, experience this. One last way that I protect my energy as a human design projector is that I try my best to stop scrolling before bed. That's okay to scroll once in a while and to just have that time to unwind and just relax. But if I'm doing it on a daily basis, that is a way that leaks a lot of energy and becomes part of my draining energies, as we talked about with those 3 pillars. So really being mindful of what I'm consuming, whether it's social media, whether it's through what I'm eating, what I'm drinking, what I am watching, what I'm listening to. So I'll try to listen and I'll try to consume things that are more high vibrational, that will make me feel good. And when I say high vibrational, it's things that will make me feel good. For food, I love eating fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and those have very high vibrational energies to it, which will raise my vibrational frequency and hence help me with my energy as a projector. Going back to social media, I'll try to stop scrolling or to minimize my time from scrolling, and doing a night routine really helps with scrolling and all of that, and to help me reduce my way of leaking energy. But instead, I'll try to use other things like Pinterest. That's if I really want to scroll, I'll go on Pinterest. I'll scroll through beautiful pictures, places, things, motivational quotes. And that will help me a little bit more with scrolling and leaking energy, because through social media, as I mentioned in my previous videos, you're not able to control what you are putting into your brain, because the feed can just show you anything, and your subconscious mind will be absorbing all of that in, whether or not you want it to. So the subconscious mind is so powerful. Might as well feed something to your brain that is nourishing, delicious, that will help you with your well-being, your mind, body, and soul. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you resonated with any of this, go ahead and like and subscribe. This would really help out my growing channel. And also, if you are interested, I do provide one-on-one coaching. And if you are interested, you can go ahead and message me through email or send me a DM on Instagram, and we can go ahead and talk and see what kind of work that we can do together. Bye. Thank you so much.